watching AYV Television.
This is Primetime News on AYV Television, Channel 33, and radio on FM 101.6, your home of credible, factual, and balanced news. I am Tholoma Sumah. These are our headlines for tonight.
AYV holds exclusive interview to U.S. politicians ahead of midterm elections.
Appeal to the middle-class value.
Very dangerous and consequential time.
Women's Forum signed communique for empowerment.
Call on government of Sierra Leone for its renewed commitment and political will to strengthen the institutional, human resource.
And why are beggars refusing to send their children to school?
The government help me, particularly me. If the government help me, I will put them in school.
Now for the full news with Tholoma Sumah.
Tonight we start in the United States, where Americans are set to go to the polls on Tuesday for the midterm elections. Now, this may be the most important midterm elections in America for generations. The Democratic Party is vying for control in the House of Representatives, where 435 seats are set for re-election. Incumbent Democrat Senator in California, Kevin DeLeon, said the U.S. has lost its moral compass under President Trump, describing it as dangerous times. He spoke more in this interview.
Very dangerous and consequential times in our nation's history. And right now, obviously, we're doing everything within our power to get as many Democratic voters to vote come 2018 on November 6th. We have about 5 days left. And the goal here today, there's so many operations like this running all over the state of California, here in Los Angeles. The goal is to identify as many Democratic voters as possible to make sure we get them out to vote come November 6th on Tuesday physically. A lot of folks have actually ballots that are physically at home. They're on the kitchen table, they're on the coffee table. We want to make sure they fill it out and they actually submit those ballots as quickly as possible. It is historic. I don't think I have to tell you what is happening in our great country today. Our role, Christy's role, my role is to campaign hard to make sure that we're victorious, and at the same time making sure that we get as many Democratic voters, and in fact not just Democratic voters, but those who are very upset and angry about the state of politics in America today, who possibly will vote for a Democrat, here in California. And to get control of the Congress in the United States, all roads lead through California, because we have the largest number of Republican seats in the Congress that are being challenged very seriously by Democrats. So we have more Republican congressional seats up for grabs right now than there are in Texas and Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, or other really deep red states. So this is a very exciting time too. Let me turn over to Christy.
In response to the Democratic campaign, Republican Party State Chairman Sean Steele said Democratic policies had pushed big businesses and middle class out of California in search of a better life. He blamed the Republican Party's demise in the state on that shift. He made these comments whilst talking to Samuel Weiss Bangura in California.
Appeal to the middle-class values that most American Latinos want. We're not looking so much to talk about immigration. We're talking about being successful in America, and they've been here since the beginning of America. So we're talking about a great economy. We're talking about their children can buy a good home, their children can get a good job. I think you focus on the economy and the jobs and the lifestyle, Republicans will do better. And I'm predicting Trump gets 40% in 2020.
Which is the Republican risk?
My wife's an immigrant, my children are, biracial. The key is starting off any conversation on immigration, you say we want more, not just we like it. We want more. We do take more immigrants than the rest of the world combined. We still want more. And the 4 million that are waiting lawfully, we want them too. But when it comes to somebody that's breaking the rules, they got to be stopped. So you put it in order. We want more. We want to get the ones that have been waiting. We want to welcome them in from all parts of the world. but people that are trying to get ahead of the legal ones have to wait their time. So don't focus on the illegals. That's like number 3. 1, we want more. 2, the ones that are applying need to be expedited and welcome. And 3, the ones that are breaking the rules, they don't deserve special treatment.
Now from the United States, we'll come back home. The Women's Forum Sierra Leone has come out with a joint communique after a 2-day national reflection conference on strengthening women's movement in the country with the theme, The Women's Forum We Have, the Women's Forum We Need. The conference, which was organized by the Campaign for Good Governance with support from Turkey, was held at the Council of Churches in Sierra Leone, CCSL Hall at Kinyama Road in Freetown. Albert George Sharif has the story.
According to Maud Peacock, the president of the Women's Forum Sierra Leone, they are celebrating their silver jubilee of women's movement in the country. Reading out the joint communique, she called on the government of Sierra Leone to enact the gender bill.
Call on government of Sierra Leone for its renewed commitment and political will to strengthen the institutional, human resource and financial base of the Women's Forum Sierra Leone for effective functioning. Support the swift domestication of international human rights framework into our national policies and legal system. Ensure that the Women's Forum prioritizes and facilitates support to the speedy enactment of a new gender-sensitive constitution and the passage of the Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment Bill.
Charles Vandy is the Director of Gender Affairs at the Ministry of Social Welfare, Gender and Children's Affairs. He asks that the outcome of the conference be channeled through his ministry for the attention of the President.
Can we use this space as well after this conference for the government of Sierra Leone to hear the women of Sierra Leone? Let's ensure that the outcome of this conference is loud and clear, communicated either through our ministry for the attention of His Excellency the President.
Speaking during the conference, Michael Solis, a representative from Turkey, defined feminism.
Feminism inspires a range of political movements, ideologies, and social movements that share a common goal: to define, establish, and achieve political, economic, personal, and social equality of the sexes.
The conference attracted women's organizations, community-based organizations, and civil society organizations from across 16 districts in the country. Albert George Sharif, AYV News, Freetown.
During the launch of the Free and Quality Education Scheme, President Julius Maada Bio called on parents and teachers to support the initiative for national development. However, compliance rate of parents sending children to schools, especially among beggars, remains a major challenge. Blind beggars, for example, are raising concerns about their welfare if they choose to send their children to school. Memuna Tubangwa finds out more.
Free quality education has been one of President Bio's key priorities. His government has encouraged parents and guardians to send their children to school. But this is not the intention of most beggars that spoke to AYV, stating that their children are their source of income.
If you come and help me, particularly me, if you come and help me, I will put you in a school. I don't put 4 pikire. Now this one man the worker. So right this and what they put 2 self going at the pull because no able. The uniform go self 250,000 I don't spend. Now they help me. Now me friend, now me they care for friend, what you get for it.
I want to get. Now I left. When I left now, OC, now for work out me for not getting for it. For feed the next one, they will go to school. I'm not going to left for go school. Now. If you get help there for help we with the civil left, then help we. Let's put in the streets.
When they help we, I make go and beg. Pass to come out to go and beg. Because some children for go eat. Left for go to school. I don't go left for I go to school. Where I can not children for it.
But what is government's stance on this issue? Brahma Michael Toure is the public relations officer at the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. He explains. Access to quality education is a fundamental human right for every child, notwithstanding their circumstances. Memunatu Bangura, AYV News, Freetown.
In an effort to boost education in the country, the coordinator of Hastings Community Learning Center, Mohammed Bangura, has donated school learning materials worth over 5 million yuans to school dropouts of the Hastings Community Learning Center on behalf of the Director of Non-Formal Education at the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, Olive Musa. Mohammed Lamin Banya reports.
High pregnancy rates among primary and secondary school children as a strong contributing factor as to why school-age children drop out of school. According to the school coordinator, they have been partnering with the Directorate of the Non-Formal Education to enroll girls who are school dropouts since 2014 after the Ebola epidemic.
From 2014, after Ebola, October 2015, we don't begin enroll the girl picking the Naya according to the order from Ministry of Education, where the girl picking they drop out them, where would they take care of them. Now, today, the reason why we there, we get the supply where the government give we for give all them girl picking here where they don't drop out, then where they no get way for go back in a school. Indeed, we get the GSS and NSS, but mainly the supply come for the one that we then dinner class primary level, class 4, 5, 6. Then when they don't born, as you can see so Komra where they get the picking na the hand.
Some of the beneficiaries speaks about the importance of the donation.
Trying not be easy anymore, not be easy. But I stay focused and I want to achieve the goals. So I forget about all to what we did there. So I stay forward and I say like a good fortune for me. So I put on effort, good one. So I go sit the was, I come out with the flying colors with like 8 credits. So I'm happy for that.
I don't feel happy because I don't foresee the program, it don't really. I don't know for say government and the Paris program, but because from since they cannot be get confidence, say na government business. But still they don't can supply me, so I don't feel happy. And I know see the government don't begin, so they will continue for me.
Teenage pregnancy, they say, have serious long-term and wide-ranging consequences from health complications for young mother and the baby. Prevention and reduction of teenage pregnancy is a national priority. Mohamed Lamin Baya, AYV News, Freetown.
Still on education, free and quality education is the flagship program of President Bio's government. However, some schools have been complaining about basic things that will actualize the free and quality education. The Ansarul Islamic Secondary School at Gard Street, Freetown, has raised concerns over poor infrastructure of the road that leads to the school, poor sanitation and lack of school materials, among other things. Our reporter Memunatu Bundo has more on this.
Environment set fine for school, but the Ansarul Islamic Secondary School now one way not get fine learning environment. One teacher at the Ansarul Islamic Secondary School.
We apologize for bringing you that wrong insert. Now in another story, Love One Another campaign Sierra Leone has emphasized on the importance of promoting love among citizens. They made the call during a press conference as part of their 20th anniversary celebration. Desmond Silla was there and now reports.
Native Sierra Leoneans share the uniqueness of love among one another. Spreading the message of love in the country, the founder and national director for the Love One Another campaign Sierra Leone, Dr. Christian Bell, speaks on the importance of love in national development.
Dilate on is the importance of love in national development. Because some people might say, yes, it's love, but how important it is for us as a nation. Well, we have in the process developed what we call 5 steps to prosperity. And I'll give you some of this, Lisa. 5 steps to prosperity. As you can see, the first step is love. Love is the first step. Without love, nothing works.
Dr. Bell further explained about some of the activities they've been engaged in the past years.
And right now we're trying to acquire a piece of land from the government so that we can construct a resource center for these children. Right in Freetown, in the western area, we also support a lot of pupils in schools, secondary schools and colleges. And we also have projects in the peninsula. Unfortunately, in 2 areas, we did not have success we were contemplating in York and Tombo, but we are still trying to do something about that. These are just some of the activities over the past 20 years. And
the chairman of the Love One Another campaign Sierra Leone, Reverend Dr. Lionel Betts, emphasized of the necessity of love in the country.
Agree with me that the world needs love, and if we know the Bible or have the slightest knowledge of the Bible tells us that God is love, and without love, nothing can happen.
He, however, called on Sierra Leoneans to avoid those things that will bring chaos and unrest in the country. Desmond Silla, AYV News, Freetown.
The Sierra Leone out of school study.
This is Primetime News on AYV Television and Radio. Stay with us through the week. We shall be right back after this short break.
The ball was out. Boy, the ball was out. The ball was out, boy.
Not now. I promised to top up EDSA today.
Stop complaining and use your AfriCell line to buy us EDSA.
My AfriCell line? AfriCell?
Oh yes! With your AfriCell line. To buy EDSA, simply dial *161# to access your AfriCell money account and choose bill payment. Then select EDSA recharge. Enter your meter number, enter the amount you want to pay, and then enter your AfriCell money PIN to confirm your transaction.
But how can I refill my AfriCell money account?
You can top up your AfriCell money account with no extra charges from any AfriCell outlet near you, or simply at any shop or bank where you see a sign that says AfriCell money available here. Buy EDSA now straight from your AfriCell money account at the cheapest cost ever. A price nobody dares to match.
AfriCell, Norway Network.
Welcome back. This is Primetime News reaching you on AYV Television, Channel 33 and Radio FM 101.6. We now join our team in McKinney for more news.
Thank you. I am Abbas Isep. The free quality education of the Bio-led government is seen by many as a laudable gesture, as the scheme aims at scaling up school enrollment and also enhancing quality service in the education sector. However, critics of the free quality education are suggesting that preference must not only be given on the supply of teaching and learning materials, but conducive teaching and learning environment coupled with handsome remuneration packages for teachers are indispensable in attaining the expected objective of this flagship project. These are concerns of few school authorities in McKinney about the status of their schools.
No, we have no toilets, we have no permanent structure yet. As you see, this is a temporary building. Today you can distract it and build other things else. But when you have a permanent structure which is built by some materials of the building materials, as you can see now, this local taramats, we are just doing it to guide and to protect from the kids what you see outside. And now we are seeking for organization that will come in and help us, both in the building of the school equipment, and all other things that concerning the school to develop. Yes, and there is a saying which says, don't matter the situation, the matter is the person who is living in that particular place. Don't matter the condition of the school, but we that are teaching and also the students we teach, I think and I believe that we do our level best to develop them.
Now the building, because government will almost build them because this school has so now 2017 open this school has so from last year. We started from class 3 now. We don't go up to class 5. The big government come here help you because this land they outside this structure they first not to get the land. Come here able help for land building, one building. And this we take of us as community school.
Now to another education story. The McKinney Comprehensive Academy, MCA, has got a facelift by renovating 3 classrooms, supplying of learning materials, laboratory agents, and this gesture was offered by Kalpataru Power Transmission Limited. Arvind Deshpande is country manager, and Paul Safar is country manager Transco CLSG, and they both spoke on this.
Basically, we are EPC contractors in transmission line projects, working all over the world in almost more than 26 countries. We are more dominant in African countries, and now in Sierra Leone, we are working for a prestigious project for 4 countries, and that is Transco CLSG. We are operative in complete Sierra Leone for this project. See, it is Kalpataru's culture that wherever they are working for their projects, they contribute something to the society where they are working. Firstly, we inquired, discussed with our school principal that what exactly he requires. And then he explained that some of the students are coming to the school and they don't have benches, the school rooms are not good, laboratory is not functional, there are no reagents and equipments in the laboratory, and also the well, that is hand pump for drinking water, is totally not functional. So we identified this requirement and we discussed with our higher management and we fulfilled this requirement.
One of our contractors working within this community is here helping the school to make sure that you are in a better learning environment, to make it better.
Also, the school authority expressed delight over this support.
We've been meeting people for this kind of assistance, but I am sure the day is here today. The people of Kalpataru, they have done it. It's a mark. This is a mark in the history of McKinney Comprehensive Academy. I am sure we'll go a long way, and I'm sure we'll never forget it. We will never forget you, members of Kalpataru. May the Lord continue to bless you.
The Teaching Service Commission has conducted an intensive training on the Teaching Code of Practice. The training was hosted at the SLT Hall in McKinney, and several participants, including teachers, civil society members, and others, were in attendance. Let us have a glimpse of it.
The engagement now, the code of conduct for teachers, we've been on into operation for some years now. We did with a Teaching Service Commission for review together with some key holders, and Adana the engagement will get here today. I'm very much happy because this is not the time we've been on the look for particular SLTU. We are the authors of that particular document since 2009. are also very happy the kind people the way I see we Teaching Service Commission invite for let them can help for review the document. We don't get over the year changes in educational system. For example, waiting na being the system.
Well, viewers, you've been watching major highlights on happenings in the northern region with me, Abasise. On behalf of our team here in the region, let me now hand you back to our colleagues in Freetown.
Many thanks to Abasise and the entire team in Bikini for bringing us those reports. Now let's join our team in London for more international news.
Thank you, Freetown. I'm Mariam Jabi with the international news, live from our studio in London. Robert Bowers, the alleged gunman accused of killing 11 Jewish worshippers at Pittsburgh Synagogue on Saturday, has pleaded not guilty. Mr. Bowers, 46, has requested a jury trial, US media reported. He faces 44 counts of murder, hate crimes, obstructing religious practices, and other crimes. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. Authorities called the attack on the Tree of Life Synagogue the worst anti-Semitic incident in US history. In addition to those killed, 6 people were injured, including 4 police officers.
we could hear the shots and we were standing in our living room and we could just hear like just rapid fire.
The actions this person took today were hateful. We're in the early stages of this investigation, and over the next several days and weeks we will look at everything in the suspect's life, his home, his vehicle, his social media, and his movements over the last several days.
France has launched a nationwide investigation into abnormal rates of babies born with missing or malformed limbs in several regions after 11 new cases were identified. In October, the country's health agency presented at a press conference 7 cases in 3 different geographical areas that had been alerted by the regional register for birth defects. Additional tests conducted with hospital data in the Ain region near the Swiss border revealed more suspect cases, totaling 18 over 15 years from 2000 to 2014. For now, the cause remains unknown, said Health Minister Agnès Buzyn. The first step will be to evaluate among the 11 suspected cases those which really correspond to transverse agenesis of the upper limbs, the health agency said in a statement. Transverse agenesis being the failure of the limbs to fully develop. All cases will then be analysed and teams across multiple organisations will investigate what the affected families have in common. Commonwealth Secretary-General Patricia Scotland has launched a toolkit designed to help governments boost green and blue growth through youth in entrepreneurship. The government of Sierra Leone, through the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, the Sierra Leone National Tourist Board and the Sierra Leone High Commission in the UK and Ireland, in partnership with AYV Media Empire, are organising a number of exciting events in London from the 5th to the 10th of November 2018 to showcase tourism and investment opportunities in Sierra Leone. This will be a truly fantastic event for people from all walks of life, with the Honourable Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Madam Memonatu Pratt, and the newly appointed Sierra Leone High Commissioner to the UK and Ireland, H.E. Tamba John Sylvanus Lemina, and Deputy H.E. Agnes Kumba Dukba Macaulay attending. The event will feature music performance, exhibitions, and contributions by prominent Sierra Leoneans and celebrities, including those from the Big Sister reality show. AYV International's Alpha Jallo has the report.
Sierra Leone is a unique and fascinating destination blessed with a landscape of extraordinary beauty, rich and diverse tropical wildlife, miles of pristine, unspoiled white and golden sandy beaches with an interesting history and heritage. The climate is ideal for water and sun seekers. These attributes have attracted the attention of major tour operators and travel writers such as Lonely Planet magazine, which classified Sierra Leone as one of the 10 top tourist destinations in 2009, as described in the published 2009 Broad Guide. Sierra Leone has been hailed as one of Africa's most peaceful countries in the 2017 Global Peace Index. Efforts have been made to rebrand Sierra Leone from the ashes of the war and the Ebola that have placed the country in a negative perspective internationally. The tragedy, however, seems to have spurred a desire for socio-economic progress regardless of the sad chapter of the war and Ebola. Sierra Leone is now an ideal tourism and investment destination. The war is over. Ebola is over. Sierra Leone is looking forward to welcoming more tourists and investors. The country is pulsing with peace, energy, investment, entertainment, creativity, and innovation. The Honourable Minister, Madam Memonatu Pratt, and her delegation are participating in one of the leading tourism and travel exhibitions, the World Travel Market, at the Excel Centre in the United Kingdom from the 5th to the 7th November 2018 to showcase a new Sierra Leone with so much to offer to the world. Alpha Jallo for AYV International News.
Thank you, Alpha, for that report. Mariam Jabi, AYV International, back to the team in Freetown.
Many thanks to the team in London for bringing us those news. Now in sports, the Inter-Secondary School League football competition has started at the northern region of McKinney City. The opening ceremony was between Ansarul Senior Secondary School and St. Francis Senior Secondary School. Ansarul Senior School suffered a 3-1 defeat in the hands of St. Francis Secondary School. Our Northern Regional Sports reporter, Mohammed Papa Bangura, has more.
That was the national anthem. And today we're going to have the official opening ceremony here at Mosul Stadium between St. Francis Secondary School and Ansarul Secondary School. But before that, let's hear exactly from the Deputy Director of Schools in the Bombali district.
This means a lot in ministry and educational life of the children. Because in education we have 3 domains. We have the cognitive, the affective, and the psychomotor. All of these 3 domains are very important in the lifestyle of a child. So this is the psychomotor where we want to tap the physical fitness of the children. Because not everybody can be good in the affective or the cognitive. But the psychomotor where the children display their talents in balls and other handwork is better or good for us to encourage them as we have done today. Also, they will interact with each other, they will have new friends, and they will be able to have a competitive spirit and have a team spirit, either lose or win. We want them to be happy. As the saying goes, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. This has not been the first time we are having these school competitions. Last year we had the similar school competitions, and for all over Sierra Leone it was only Bombali that got the 100% because there was no hooliganism, no problem. So this year we also done that. We have admonished the teachers, we have admonished the children themselves. That's why I'm here today to talk to them, to encourage them that football or games is nothing else but fun and to exercise their talents in different capacities.
It has all ended here this evening in the official opening of the Inter-Secondary School League in the Bombali district. It was a win for St. Francis Secondary School by 3-1. But let's hear from both sides of St. Francis Secondary School and Ansarul Secondary School.
I'm very happy today this movement at this hour because as man of the match, as one of the outstanding players to be watched at McKinney Palace. For sure, I'm very comfortable when I'm staying at St. Francis because it has a lot of support, and even the teachers, the students, they motivate us. That's a matter of must. We train as a team very perfect, and we have a very coach that tells us what to do. And in terms of football, we come in together as we are the St. Francis.
Well, actually, at the game, in any game, we expect winner, we expect loser. So we appreciate the result. Well, actually, I'm glad for the school league. I want no more let the players them, the company players, let them continue for put on the good behavior and not say the school league.
Well, that is it here at the Mosul Stadium. Reporting for AYV, I am Mohammed Papa Bangura in Bombali, Northern Sierra Leone.
That's all we can take for sports tonight. As we look forward to a blessed Tuesday, let's check out the weather forecast for tomorrow, brought to you courtesy of AfriCell.
And I'll be covering your daily weather powered by AfriCell. I will be covering the Salon weather. Now let's take a look at the weather for tonight. Let's start in Freetown, where it will be cloudy during the night with rain at 24 degrees. Over at Kayumbu, we'll see a couple of clouds with rain at 23 degrees. Moving to the northern city of Makeni, there's a cluster of clouds during the night at 22 degrees. Now in Konadougou, we'll experience a cloudy sky with rain at 19 degrees. And over in Koidu, expect a cloudy sky and rain during the night at 20 degrees. Through the night, Kenema will see a cloudy sky with heavy showers at 21 degrees. As we move over to Bo, we will see heavy clouds and rain in the evening at 21 degrees. Down south in Mokaba, there will be heavy clouds at 23 degrees. Now let's take a flight over Sierra Leone for tomorrow's weather. Expect an overcast of clouds and shower in the day in Boué Town at 27 degrees. Over in Nunsa, we have a rather cloudy day with rain at 28 degrees. Matotoka will also be cloudy with rain at 25 degrees. And in the town of Bombona, we'll see heavy clouds with downpours at 27 degrees. Over at Miyama, we'll also have clouds and rain at 27 degrees. Kailaun will have a cloudy sky with a morning shower at 28 degrees. Folks, at Zimi, we'll have a clouded sky with a shower in the afternoon at 27 degrees. Heavy clouds and rain expected in Mombibi at 25 degrees. It will be a cloudy day in Moyamba with thunder and rain at 26 degrees. And finally, Freetown will experience heavy clouds with rain at 27 degrees. Checking out the wind for tomorrow. Wind will be moving southwest at 9 km per hour. The humidity is at 77%. The sea state is high and the sea temperature is at 20 degrees. Let's take a look at our 4-day forecast. Saturday will be mostly cloudy with showers during the entire day at a high of 28 degrees and a low of 24 degrees. Sunday will also face a mostly cloudy day with showers throughout the day at a high of 27 degrees and a low of 24 degrees. Monday, we have a morning shower and it will be cloudy throughout the day at a high of 28 degrees and a low of 24 degrees. Tuesday, we'll experience a cloudy day with rain and thunder in some spots early at a high of 29 degrees and a low of 24 degrees. That is all we have for you today on the daily weather powered by AfriCell. Do not forget to join us tomorrow same time on channel 33 AYV TV. I'm Elodie Nicole and I'm signing off. God bless you.
Thanks to Elodie Nicole for bringing us that weather updates for today and tomorrow, Saturday and not Tuesday, as I earlier said. This is how we end primetime news on AYV TV and radio. Don't forget, you can always send us your thoughts via email to info@ayvnews.com, and you can download the AYV app from your Play Store. Join us tomorrow again for more news from around the country, the continent, and the world. I am Tholoma Sumah. Many thanks for watching and listening.
You're watching AYV Television.